야구보다 축구를 좋아해요.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Quick Korean. Today we will be studying the section 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요, or I like soccer more than baseball. The topic of today's lesson is hobbies. We will learn about vocabulary related to hobbies and the grammar points 는데 and 보다. After studying this lesson, you will be able to compare things in Korean. Lastly, in the culture section, we will explore Koreans and exercise. Well then, let's get started. First, listen carefully to today's dialogue. In today's dialogue, Junsu and Haejin are at a cafe having a conversation. They are looking at pictures of Junsu when he was little. So what do you suppose the two of them will talk about? Let's take a listen to their conversation and find out.
준수 씨, 어렸을 때 야구했어요?
아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요.
왜요?
지금은 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요.
So, were you able to understand the conversation? What were Junsu and Haejin talking about? Right, they were talking about sports that Junsu likes. What sport does Junsu like? Well, before taking a closer look at the conversation, let's first look at the vocabulary and grammar that come out in the dialogue. First, we have the vocabulary section for this lesson. Our first word here is 어디다. Please follow along and repeat after me. 어디다. 어디다. Now, a child is very young. We could describe the child as 어디다. Now here you can see this is Junsu now, and right now he's a college student. Now he's looking at a picture of himself right here, as you can see. Now in the picture here, Junsu is 8 years old. So it's a picture of when he was little. So how was he? He was very young, or we could describe him as 어리다. Now let's go ahead and say the word together one more time. 어리다. Now our next word here is 야구. Please follow along and repeat after me. 야구. 야구. Now look at the picture here. What sport is this? It's baseball, right? Or in Korean we would say 야구. Now let's go ahead and say the word together one more time. 야구. Now our next word here is 옛날. Please follow along and repeat after me. 옛날. 옛날. Now as you recall, Junsu is currently a college student and he likes soccer, as you can see on the right side of this picture. However, 10 years ago, in this picture, he liked baseball. Now, Junsu liked baseball a long time ago, or in Korean we would say 옛날. Now, let's go ahead and say the word together one more time. 옛날. Now, our next word here is 좋아하다. Please follow along and repeat after me. 좋아하다. 좋아하다. Now, in this picture here, you can see that Jimin is thinking about a lot of things. She's probably thinking that she likes these clothes here, she likes this singer, and she likes her friend over here. Now, in Korean, we can say 지민이는 이 옷을 좋아해요. 이 가수를 좋아해요. And finally, 이 친구를 좋아해요. Now let's go ahead and say the word together one more time. 좋아하다. Now our next word here is 축구. Please follow along and repeat after me. 축구. 축구. Now look at the picture. What sport is this? It's soccer, right? Or in Korean, we would say 축구. Now let's go ahead and say the word together one more time. 축구. Now, let's review the words that we just learned in this section. Now, this picture here is a picture of Junsu when he was 8 years old. How does he look? Right, he looks very young, or 어리다. Now here, what sport is this? It's baseball, or in Korean we would say 야구. Now right now, you can see here, Junsu likes soccer. However, a long time ago, in the picture on the left, he liked baseball. So when did Junsu like baseball? Well, he liked it a long time ago, or we could say in Korean, 옛날. We could say in Korean, 옛날에 야구를 좋아했어요. Now here, Jimin likes these clothes, this singing group, and this friend right here. So in Korean, we can say 지민이는 이 옷, 가수, 친구를 좋아하다, or 좋아해요. Now look at this picture here. What sport is this? It's soccer, right? Or in Korean we would say 축구. Excellent.
준수 씨, 어렸을 때 야구했어요?
아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요.
왜요?
지금은 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요.
Now, let's take a closer look at the dialogue for this section. In today's dialogue, Haejin and Junsu are having a conversation in a cafe. They are looking at pictures of Junsu when he was younger. And now they're looking at one picture of Junsu when he played baseball. So, Haejin asked Junsu, 준수 씨, 어렸을 때 야구했어요? Or, when you were younger, did you play baseball? So to that, how does Junsu respond? He responds by saying, 아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요. So, what is he talking about? Again, we have this word 옛날, so a long time ago. He liked it. So you can see here, 좋아했어요. So he liked it. So you can see that this would be something positive. And what about this back part? 지금. So comparing that to 옛날, we have 지금, which is right now. We see that he says 잘 안 해요. So he doesn't really play. So you can see here, this would actually be a negative trait, and we kind of have this comparison. More details on this a little later. So how does Haejin respond? Well, she responds by saying 왜요, or why. And how does Junsu respond? He says 지금은 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요. So you can see that we have this 야구보다. So we have baseball here and soccer. And what is he saying? Well, compared to baseball, I like soccer better. So you can see that in this case, he likes the soccer better, and kind of the soccer wins. Great. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the grammar points for this section. Our first grammar point here is this 는데 and 은데. Now when this 는데 and 은데 are used, the front part, there will be some kind of fact, some action or state. And in the back, there will also be another action or state. And what this 는데, 은데 allows us to do is compare these two actions and states. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example here. Our first example is 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요. So recall, this is what Junsu told Haejin. And we looked at this a little earlier. So let's break this down and look at the first part of the sentence here. The first part we have is 옛날에는 좋아했어요. So a long time ago, he liked it. So we have this 좋아했어요. So again, this is positive, so it's good. Now what about this back part? So the back part of the sentence we have 지금은 잘 안 해요. So right now, he doesn't really play much. So here we have something that's kind of negative. So how do these two compare? Well, they're opposites, right? Because we have something here that's positive and something here that's negative. So as you can see, They're opposites. So now we can combine them into one sentence using this 는데, and it allows us to kind of compare these two facts. So let's go ahead and read through the sentence together. Please repeat after me. 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요. Great. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next example. The next example here is 그 가사는 노래는 잘 부르는데 춤은 잘 못 춰요. So now let's first take a look at the first part of the sentence. Now the first part of the sentence we have this 노래는 잘 부르다, which means to sing well. So you could see singing well is a positive trait. So we'll mark that right here. Now what about the second part of the sentence? Well, it says 춤은 잘 못 춰요, or he can't dance. So we have this he can't dance. And as you can see, this is something negative. So now how do these two facts here compare? They're opposites, right? This is something positive. This is something negative. So we have two opposites. Now to combine these two facts into one sentence, we can use this 는데 here. And what it allows us to do is compare these two facts in one sentence. Now let's go ahead and read the sentence together. Please repeat after me. 그 가사는 노래는 잘 부르는데 춤은 잘 못 춰요. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next example. Our next example here is 필통에 볼펜은 많은데 연필은 없어요. So if we look at this sentence here means 필통, here's a pencil case. There are a lot of pens or ballpoint pens, but there are no pencils. So if we break this down, let's look at this part first. So we have 볼펜은 많다. So there are a lot of ballpoint pens. So you could see that having lots of something is usually a positive fact. Now what about this back part here? We have 연필은 없어요. So in other words, 연필은 없어요, meaning there are no pencils. So you can think of that because there's none of it, it's a negative fact. So how do these two compare? Again, we have opposites because here we have a lot of something and here we have none of something. So you can see that we have two opposites again. And to combine these two facts into one sentence, we use this. In this case, we use 는데, and it allows us to combine these two facts into one sentence, and we'll compare these two facts. So now let's go ahead and read the sentence together. Please repeat after me. 필통에 볼펜은 많은데 연필은 없어요. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at one more example. This example here is 토요일은 한가한데 일요일은 바빠요. So in other words, you can see that this sentence means on Saturday I'm not too busy or I have a lot of free time, but on Sunday I'm busy. So let's take a look at the two parts of the sentence. First, let's look at the front part. We have 토요일은 한가하다. So 한가하다 means not busy, very free. And you can see that, well, having a lot of free time, that's usually a positive thing, right? So we can look at that as a positive fact. But what about the right side? We have 일요일은 바빠요. So here we have this 바빠요 comes from 바쁘다, as you recall. And being busy is kind of a negative fact. So we have a negative fact here. So now how do these two compare? Again, we have a positive fact and a negative fact. So we have two opposites right here. Now again, to combine this into one sentence, we use this 는데 right here, and we get this sentence here that compares the 2 days. In this case, it would be Saturday and Sunday. Now let's go ahead and read the sentence together. Please repeat after me. 토요일은 한가한데 일요일은 바빠요. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the usage in greater detail. Now you might be wondering, okay, when do I use 는데? When do I use 는데? Well, let's first take a look at that right now. So in the case of action verbs, we use 는데. So action verbs here we have 좋아하다 and 부르다. Now in both cases, what do you notice? Well, 좋아하다 and 부르다, they both do not end in a consonant, but there's a special case which we see in the 좋아하다, because what do we notice? Here we have 좋아하다, but when does this take place? 옛날, so a long time ago. In other words, it took place in the past. So what we do is, as you can see up here, we have this 좋아했 to reflect that it happened in the past. So you can see that in this case, it does end in a consonant, and we use this 는데. Now what about 부르다? 부르다 does not end in a consonant, it ends in a vowel, but nonetheless, we still use 는데 right here. So in other words, when it comes to action verbs, it doesn't matter whether it ends in a consonant or not. In all cases, we use 는데, as you can see right here. So now let's go ahead and read through the examples. Please repeat after me. 좋아하다, 좋아했는데, 부르다, 부르는데. Great, now let's go ahead and take a look at the case of descriptive verbs. Now descriptive verbs, you have to pay a little more attention. So here we have 많다 and 한가하다, which are both descriptive verbs. Now let's first take a look at 많다, and what do you notice? Well, it ends in a consonant right here, right? So when a descriptive verb ends in a consonant, what we add here is this 은데, as you can see here, and what results is, in this case, we get 많은데. Now what about 한가하다 down here? You can see that it does not end in a consonant, it ends in a vowel. So in that case, we add this final sound n and te right here, and what happens when you combine it, this final consonant sound kind of goes in this empty spot here, and what results is this 한가한데. Now let's go ahead and read through the examples together. Please repeat after me. 많다, 많은데, 한가하다, 한가한데. Well done. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next grammar point. Our next grammar point here is 보다. Now this 보다 is used to compare two nouns. So in the front part there will be a noun, and it will be compared to a noun that follows it behind it. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example here. Our first example here is 지금은 야구보다 축구를 더 좋아해요. So again, there's a comparison going on. So you can see in the first part here we have 지금, now. So now what do we have? Our noun here is this 야구, baseball. And what's the noun that follows it? Well, we have this 축구. And what do we know about this 축구? Well, you can see that we have 축구 더, which means more, and 좋아해요 right here, which means like. In other words, if we just look at this part here, we have I like soccer more or better. So you can see in this case, it's the baseball and soccer that are being compared, and who wins out? In this case, it's the soccer here. So if we look at this sentence, when we want to compare it, we also combine this 보다 right here. And when we look at the meaning, it literally means compared to soccer right now, or baseball right now, sorry, I like soccer better or more. Now let's go ahead and read through the sentence together. Please repeat after me. 지금은 야구보다 축구를 더 좋아해요. Great. Now let's go ahead and take a look at another example. Our next example here is 시장보다 백화점이 더 비싸요. So what are the two nouns that are being compared? We have 시장, or if you recall, the market, and 백화점, the department store. So if we look at the back part here, what's it talking about? It says 백화점이 더 비싸요. So in other words, it's saying the department store is more expensive. Well, compared to what? Compared to this market, right? So to show this comparison, we have this 보다 here. And what we get here is, as I mentioned a little earlier, the department store here is more expensive than the market, as you can see right here. Now let's go ahead and read through the sentence together. Please repeat after me. 시장보다 백화점이 더 비싸요. Well done. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the usage in greater detail here. Now you can see that this 보다 here is used together with nouns such as 야구 and 시장. And what you do is when you use it, you attach it directly to the noun. As you can see here, there's no space. And you can see that we just add the 보다 here, so we get 야구보다. And here, in the case of 시장, we add the 보다, and it combines directly to get 시장보다. Now, let's go ahead and read through these examples together. Please repeat after me. 야구 보다 야구보다 시장 보다 시장보다. Well done. Now let's go ahead and listen to the dialogue one more time.
준수 씨, 어렸을 때 야구했어요?
아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요.
왜요?
지금은 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요.
Now, let's go through the... 죄송합니다. 네. Now, let's take another look at the dialogue. This time, let's read it together. Listen and repeat after me. 준수 씨, 어렸을 때 야구 했어요? 아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요. 왜요? 지금은 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요. Great. Now let's go through the dialogue once again. This time, you read the role of 준수.
준수 씨, 어렸을 때 야구했어요? 왜요?
Great. Now let's go through the dialogue once more. This time, you read the role of 혜진.
아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요. 지금은 야구보다 축구를 좋아해요.
Well done. Now it's time for speaking practice. In this section, we will practice using 는데, which we learned a little earlier. Now, look at the picture and complete the sentence. Now, on the left side here, we have 축구 or soccer, and you could say on the right side here it says 잘해요, or that he does it very well. Now, what about the right side here? We have 수영, and as you recall, that's swimming, but we also have this 잘 못해요, or that he's not very good at it, so we have an X here. So how do these things compare? They are different, right? Because one thing he's good at, one thing he's not. So as you can see, these two things here are opposites. So then how can we combine both of these facts into a sentence? Correct. We can say 축구는 잘 하는데 수영은 잘 못해요. Now as you can see here, we have 하. Because this is an action verb, we use this 는데. Now here, on the left side in this picture, we have 지하철, remember is the subway, and you can see it is 빨리 가요, or that it goes fast, right here. But what about here on the right side? Well, we have 버스, which as you remember is bus, And what do we know about the bus? 좀 느려요. Or it is a little slow. So, as you can see on the left side, we have the subway that's fast, and on the right, we have the bus that is slow. So how do these two things compare? Well, they're opposites because, again, one is fast and the other is slow. So then how could we put this all together in one sentence? Right, we could say 지하철은 빨리 가는데 버스는 좀 느려요. Now again here, because this 가다 is an action verb, we use this 는데 with it. Now here on the left side, we have 신용카드, which as you remember is credit card, and we can see here we have 있어요, or to have. So this person has a credit card. So it's good. Now what about the right side? Well, we have 현금, which is cash, and you can see here we have 없어요, or doesn't have. So again, on the left side, this person has credit cards, but on the right side, this person doesn't have cash. So how do these two compare? Well, they're opposites, right? Because on the left side, he has something. On the right side, he does not. So then how would we combine this into a sentence? Right, we would say 신용카드는 있는데 현금은 없어요. Now, let's practice using 보다 in this speaking exercise. Now you can see this person on the left asks, 한국에서 일본이 가까워요? 미국이 가까워요? So in other words, she's asking, is Japan close to Korea? Is America close to Korea? So let's see the answer to this question. Let's look at the picture. And here we have Korea, right here. And you can see here is Japan, or in Korean we would say 일본. And here we have America, or in Korean we would say 미국. So which is closer to Korea? Right, it's Japan by a whole lot, right? So then how can we say that Japan is closer than the US? Right, so here 준수 would respond by saying 미국보다 일본이 가까워요. So compared to America, Japan is closer. Now here, 혜진 asks 준수 a question. She asks, 여름을 좋아해요? In other words, do you like the summer? Or 겨울을 좋아해요? Or do you like the winter? So what do you notice in the picture? So you can see he's kind of looks a little miserable in the summer, and in the winter he looks like he's having a whole lot of fun. So you can see it's the winter that he likes better. So then how would 준수 respond to 혜진's question? He would say 여름보다 겨울을 더 좋아해요. So compared to summer, I like the winter better. Excellent. Now it's time for listening practice. Here, 준수 and 혜진 continue their conversation. Now, they are talking about what 혜진 did when she was younger. So what do you suppose she did when she was younger? Also, what do you think she did a lot of? Listen carefully to their conversation.
혜진 씨, 어렸을 때 수영했어요?
아, 옛날에는 좋아했는데 지금은 잘 안 해요.
왜요?
지금은 수영보다 테니스를 더 좋아해요.
Were you able to understand their conversation? Let's check your understanding by answering a few questions. Now our first question here, question number 1 asks, 혜진 씨는 어렸을 때 무슨 운동을 했어요? Or what kind of exercise or sport did 혜진 do when she was younger? Now our answer choices here are 수영, swimming, or 테니스, tennis. So what did she do when she was younger? Right, she said she swam, so the correct answer is 수영. Now our next question, question number 2 asks, 혜진 씨는 지금 무슨 운동을 좋아해요? Or what kind of exercise or sport does 혜진 like now? Again, our answer choices are 수영, swimming, or tennis, tennis. So do you remember what she likes now? Right, she likes tennis, so the correct answer would be tennis. Well done. Now it's time for the Vocabulary Plus section. Here, we will look at more words related to hobbies. Now our first word here is 농구를 하다. So take a look at this picture here. What is Junsu doing with his friends? He is playing basketball, or we could say in Korean, 농구를 하다. So about this, we could say 친구들과 농구장에서 농구를 했어요. Or in other words, he played basketball at the basketball court with his friends. Now our next word here is 요가하다. So in this picture here, what is Mrs. Kim doing right now? She is doing yoga, or in Korean we could say 요가를 해요. Now about this we could say 어머니께서는 집에서 요가를 하세요. Or that the mother is doing yoga at home. Now our next word here is 골프를 치다. Now in this picture here, this woman is playing golf, or in Korean we would say 골프를 치다. Now she is a professional player, so she plays golf well. About this we could say 골프를 잘 치는 한국 여자 선수들이 많아요. Or there are a lot of professional athletes that play golf well that are women. Now our next word here is 볼링을 치다. So here, what is Junsu doing? He is bowling, or in Korean we would say 볼링을 치다. Now Junsu is stressed. However, to relieve his stress, he bowls. So we could say 볼링을 치면 스트레스가 풀려요. Now our next word here is 스키를 타다. Now here you could see this person is skiing, or in Korean we would say 스키를 타다. Usually people go skiing in the winter, right? So we could say 겨울이 되면 스키를 타러 갈 거예요. Now our next word here is 스케이트를 타다. Now look at this picture here. Here this is a ice rink, and you could see here that what is she doing here? She's ice skating, or in Korean we could say 스케이트를 타다. About this we could say 아이스링크에서 스케이트를 타요. Now let's review the words we just learned by looking at a few pictures. Now the question being asked here is 시간 있을 때 뭘 해요? Or what do they do when they have time? Well, let's look at this first picture here. What is he doing? Right, he's bowling, so we could say 볼링을 쳐요. Now what about this next picture here? We again have the same question. 시간 있을 때 뭘 해요? Or what does this person do when he has time? Well, it looks like he's skiing, so we could say 스키를 타요. And finally, let's look at this last picture. Again, we have the same question. 시간 있을 때 뭘 해요? So what is she doing? Right, she's doing yoga, so we could say 요가를 해요. Now, let's go through the question and responses one more time. Our question was 시간 있을 때 뭘 해요? And so what did they do? Well, here on the left we have 볼링을 쳐요. And in the middle we have 스키를 타요. And finally in this last picture we have 요가를 해요. Well done! Finally, it is time for the Korean culture section. What type of sports and exercises do you like? Today we will explore Koreans and exercise. What kind of sports and exercise do you think Koreans enjoy? What kind of sports and exercises do you think they like to do a lot of? Let's take a look and find out.
한국인과 운동. 한국인은 축구, 야구, 농구, 테니스와 같은 운동 경기를 좋아합니다. 주말에는 가깝거나 먼 산으로 등산을 가 체력을 키우기도 합니다. 또한 건강관리를 위해 헬스나 요가, 에어로빅, 수영을 하는 사람도 많습니다.
Now, let's go over what we learned today. Today's topic was hobbies. We learned about vocabulary related to hobbies and the grammar points 는데 and 보다. Finally, in the culture section, we explored Koreans and exercise. So, how do you feel? Do you think now you can compare things in Korean? Great! Also, sadly, this is the last lesson for level 1. How was it? I hope you all enjoyed studying Korean together. It was really a pleasure to be able to teach you all. After this, there is level 2. I hope you all enjoyed level 2 as much as you did level 1. Well, this brings us to the end of level 1. Goodbye and 안녕히 계세요.